to the drive and just say, oh, I won't play, or disk not recognized, or something like that. If you're having troubles, try turning this on. I think, well, since we're doing a full movie, it doesn't really matter. So if you're doing movie only and you're having troubles, try turning this on. You might fix it. I'm going to go ahead and say remove work files after rebuild, because especially since it's a Blu-ray, it takes up so much space anyways. And I'd just delete the files by hand afterwards, no matter what. I'll just go ahead and have BD Rebuilder finish and remove the temporary files for me. Now, for those of you who don't want to keep your videos in full HD, 1080p or 1920 by 1080, however you want to remember it, you can resize it down to 720p if you'd want. I don't want to. You can. Color boost, pretty self-explanatory. Turns out it also slows the encode. It's just an extra filter, and I don't need it. Some people might like it. Go ahead and turn it on. Convert SD to HD. You often see this a lot with Blu-ray special features. They will be in like 480p, and so 720 by 480 normally, or depending on where you live. And you can go ahead and say, convert SD to HD if you want. All it's really doing is upscaling. You're not getting extra quality. Just be clear on that. You're not getting extra quality. It's all it is just an algorithm that takes your picture and blows it up and just makes it more standard file size, or standard resolution rather. And in this case, I don't care. I'm just going to leave it alone, but it's there if you want it. Now, audio encoding options. Again, these are pretty self-explanatory. I usually leave these things alone because I like the defaults. If you, let's see, is there any reason to really turn these on? Nah, I mean, sometimes Blu-rays will come with a standard AC3 track. You can say do not re-encode AC3 if you want to keep the original Blu-ray track, or yeah, pretty much. If you want to keep the original Blu-ray track, but you leave it up because sometimes your AC3 track might be a little bit out of spec, or a little bit more towards Blu-ray spec versus AVC HD. And AVC HD really is just the Blu-ray spec on a DVD, which is what we're going to be aiming for. And I might use these terms interchangeably. Sorry if I do, but just think BD5, like I was talking about earlier, is AVC HD primarily. There's a couple of restrictions in terms of audio tracks and subtitle tracks, but for the most part, we're sticking with AVC HD, and because of that, the AC3 track that comes with the Blu-ray might be a little bit out of spec, like I was saying, but don't really care in this case. My set-top box will play it just fine. Again, if you encounter issues, maybe mess around with these. I don't see why they would really affect it, but this is more for keeping the original quality than anything else. And yeah, I think that's all I really want to talk about. And you can save the changes. In this case, I did change my work file, so we're going to go ahead and save the changes here. Now, let's see. I think that about covers it. Oh, one nice thing about BD Rebuilder is its batch capabilities. Now, in this case, I haven't had a batch queued up yet. That's why batch queue is empty. However, if you wanted to set up a batch and just have just back up like 3 or 4 Blu-rays in one go overnight and just let it go, you can go to File and use the Add Current Project to Batch Queue option. You can also clear the queue if you want to start over, but you could add the current project and it'll save all your settings into a small file and keep it in BD Rebuilder's batch. You can then go back to the Browse button here and select another Blu-ray, queue it up, then save it to the queue again, and so on and so forth. And then finally, when you're ready, hit back up. Let's see. Last, we have to set up a working path, which will kind of coordinate where our temporary file is going to be kept. And oops, sorry, wrong one, and the output is going to be stored and everything like that. So I'm going to go to my multimedia folder.